Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at the new Nomad Cosmetics Okavango Safari palette. Newest release coming soon. If you're interested in seeing swatches, my thoughts on the palette, all the details for the launch, as well as how I created this look. I'll show you two other looks that I created as well, then keep watching. Okay, so Nomad Cosmetics just announced the full color story for their newest palette. This is the Okavango Safari palette. Okavango Delta is in Botswana. And if you don't know about Nomad Cosmetics, they like to create palettes inspired by their travels. And I can tell you personally, I know her. She's a good friend of mine. They live the life. They actually just moved again. So it's one of those things where it's just interesting to experience different locations they've been through their eyes. They have a really beautiful gift for putting together color stories. But let me just show you before I keep blabbing. So that is the color story for the new Okavango Safari palette. It is beautiful. I love it. We have some interesting shimmers up there and then the zebra here. So I will swatch them all for you, but it is really pretty. So there's 6 shimmers, there's 9 mattes, and I'll tell you that the mattes are not really what you see here. So we'll take a look at those, and the undertones have really surprised me in this palette, but palette is releasing Tuesday, May 30th. I think you'll be watching this on Sunday, but Sunday, Monday, you know, let's not put too much stress on me. But it'll release in a day or two. $42, not limited edition, which I always like that. You know, there's not FOMO there. Just relax. You can buy it when you're able to. It's not going anywhere. So I like that. And you can use code Yadi10 to save 10%. Not affiliated, which means I don't make any commission or anything. It's just a discount code that they shared with me. But let me tell you about the palette. So you see beautiful print. Of course, we had to be on theme today, but it's the detail with this brand. Every single time they come up with the most beautiful details to their palettes, and this one is no different. So this one, it's a cheetah print, and it almost feels like cheetah skin, like that velour type of feel. So it's really, really nice. On the back of the palette, you know, it says that it's got a 12-month shelf life, cruelty-free and vegan. And it says designed on location, encountering safari's most magnificent creatures. Proud supporter of the Wilderness Wildlife Trust. Also, if you didn't know, with every release that you see from Nomad Cosmetics, they donate 5% of the proceeds to some organization that will benefit that region of the world. So again, being very thoughtful, very detailed. We've received the Okavango Delta postcard. So cute. This time it's shaped like an elephant. And we always get a little note from them, you know, talking about what their travels were like there. So I'll tell you a little bit about the inspiration behind the color story. It says the color story: majestic kingdom, expressive safari hued colors inspired by Okavango's magnificent creatures, from golden lions and green crocodiles to gray elephants and dark brown buffaloes. 9 majestic mattes, 3 stunning shimmers, and 3 animal print shimmer swirls, encased in a soft touch leather print palette. Okay, so good. So I guess the colors make sense. And I'll show you how I got this look in just a little bit. But let's start by doing these live swatches. I usually will swatch beforehand, but let's do live swatches. We'll look at the colors, see what we think. I've already done this look, and I've actually done 2 other looks on my Instagram and TikTok, so follow me there if you want to check them out. I still actually have not swatched the entire palette. I've swatched the shimmers and that's it. So let's do it together. I wanted to, although I've already used these, but I wanted to show you also, just like every other Nomad palette, do you see how it has like the little imprints there of the little paws of the animals? It's so cute. They always have a lot of those details to the palette. So really, really nice. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go 1 row at a time because it seems to have like a color theme for each row. So let's do the top one first. Okay, and I don't have any primer or foundation, nothing on my arm, just lotion from this morning. So this one is Towering Giraffes, and you almost can't see it on my arm. I brought you in a little closer, so you almost can't see it. It's a very, very close to my skin tone, but it's there, I promise you. So that is Towering Giraffes. The next one is Leaping Leeches or Lakwas. I don't know how to say that word. but it's a really pretty, like, it looks like a bronzy shimmer, but almost with a rose gold hint to it. Really, really pretty. Then we have Elusive Leopards. Elusive Leopards. This one gives me like terracotta vibes. Super, super nice. Like that clay look, you know? Then we have Roaring Lions, and this is one of the shimmers that has the, like the swirls in it. Like they said, animal print swirls. Look at how beautiful. I know that my friend Ash from Dr. Ash and her makeup, she's going to die. That is literally her favorite color shimmer. Super, super pretty. And then on the finger, you can see there's like a little bit of a, like a red flip to it almost. So really nice. And the last one is Pack of Wild Dogs. And out of all the animals that they listed, I feel like that one freaks me out the most. I don't know why, but Pack of Wild Dogs. So as you can see, like they've arranged it by color story. Let me see if we can deepen up the first one, the Towering Giraffes. It's just my color, my skin tone color, but there you have the first row. Super beautiful. Next is the green row, the one that I'm wearing today. The first one is Moremi Game Reserve. Moremi Game Reserve, and it's a matte. My fingers were still wet apparently, but there it is, Moremi Game Reserve, also very, very light. That you see there, my finger was still kind of wet from the white. When I swatched, the next one is Keystone Termites. Keystone Termites, just a shimmer, really pretty. Whoa. It's got that brown green flip. That's beautiful. Love that. Next one is Vambura Plains. Vambura Plains. It's like a little mossy greens, like lime green situation. There you go, Vambura Greens. The next one is Nile Crocodiles. Nile Crocodiles. And this is also one of those shimmers that has the animal print swirl in there, the shimmer swirl. Super nice. Oh my gosh, that first shimmer. Keystone Termites is beautiful. I used it, but I didn't see all that flip in my eye. And the last one, and the deepest in the row, is Chief's Island. Chief's Island. And I mentioned this when I'm doing my look. It's softer than what I thought because of how it looks on the pan. But it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Let me just show you. That's what it looks like in the pan. So it looks really, really deep right there. But there's a softness to it. So pretty. And the last row, the deepest row, the first shade is Crash of Rhinos. That sounds scary. Crash of Rhinos. That's the first shade there. Also very, very light. Then we have Migrating Zebras. And this is another of the animal swirls. This is really pretty. I think it'll create some really pretty looks with that row. But look at that lavender silver flip. So nice. So that's Migrating Zebras. Next we have Rumbling Elephants. Rumbling Elephants. I'm running out of space here. I am doing like a double dip in the pan to swatch it so you guys can see. This is so pretty. It's got like that gray undertone. Next is Mighty Buffaloes, which this is such a beautiful shimmer. Oh my god, you guys. I already used this one. It's so pretty. Mighty Buffalo. Ooh, so nice. And then the last one is Honking Hippos. I don't know what that means. How do they honk? But it's called Honking Hippos. And there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, dang, that one's so rich. I used it in one of the looks, but it was just a tiny bit. That is a beautiful color story. Okay, now that you saw those swatches, again, they were swatched on just clean skin, nothing on them. I am going to show you how I got this look together. I also, like I said, have 2 other looks up on my Instagram and TikTok if you want to check it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this third and final look, and I'll see you guys at the end to give you my final thoughts. Okay, so you heard all about the palette, you saw swatches, when it launches, all of that. Let's put a look together. And I want to remind you, I have 2 more looks up on my Instagram and TikTok, so if you want to go check that out. But let's see. So I have done some pretty neutral looks, and those were really beautiful, very easy to do very early in the morning when I get up. Today I want to try the greens. Like, let's just go for a green look. So again, we're probably going to concentrate on this middle row here. I'm going to bring you in and go from there. Okay, I'm going to do a very easy traditional Yadi look. So I'm going to start with Chief's Island, the deepest of the green here. And it is the eye look that works the best for my eye shape. So I'll do that and see. Oh, this is a really pretty tone. By the time I'm working on this look, I have not swatched the whole palette. So, this is pretty. I've already done 2 other looks with it. So I do know that like the mattes are a little muted, and that's not a bad thing for me. The deeper tones kind of freak me out because I feel like I'm not gonna blend them well, but I'm like surprised by the undertones and like the softness that they have. So yeah, I like that. That's really, really pretty. I like the tone. Okay, so next we're gonna go, I guess we'll just work our way down. I'm gonna go to this one here, Vambora Plains, and it's like this limey mossy green here. And I'm just going to kind of fill in the top a little bit. It won't be my shade to blend the harsh line, but oh yeah, that's so nice. I love it. I love it, love it. So good. This is definitely giving me like 2020 vibes when all I could think about, dream about was green eyeshadow, but we're gonna blend the harsh lines at the top. So I'm gonna go in with the last kind of mossy green shade that I see, which is the Moremi Game Reserve, this one here. And I'm gonna go in with a really fluffy brush. This is the BK Beauty 202. It looks shorter because it's from the travel set. BK Beauty actually just released some new lipstick shades. You know that those lipsticks, the formula, won like Best of Beauty for me like 2 years in a row. So they're sending those. I'll swatch them for you guys when I get them. And don't forget, if you're going to shop this palette or anything on the Nomad Cosmetics website, my code is Yadi10. I always forget what it is, but I had to look it up before I started this video, so I know. Dude, that is so nice. Look at that blend. It's like, I always say this to you guys, like the sign of a good shadow or whatever, they're going to be very pigmented, but they're going to blend effectively together. But even when you blend, it'll look really nice and blended out and airbrushed, but like each color is still somewhat very visible. So you can definitely see all 3 colors there, but it's still blended and there's no harsh lines. You know what I mean? Love it. All right, let's swatch some shimmers and see which ones we're going to go in with on the lid. Okay, so I swatched all the shimmers to see which ones. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. They shine, they shine, they shine. So pretty. I've already used a few of these shimmers, but I think today what I'd like to use with the green, I think I'm going to use the 2 shimmers on the green row, actually. I think that they are perfect. Yep. So that will be Keystone Termites and Nile Crocodiles. So Keystone Termites and Nile Crocodiles has like those specks of blue in there. And I think I'll go from, I'm actually going to do the Keystone Termites, this one here, all over the lid. I'll just use my finger. Nature's little blending tool. So I'm just going to go in. I forgot to do like the Pat McGrath pen to help it, the shimmer stick, but it'll be fine. Even with the finger, I don't see it today, but there was other shimmers that did have fallout, FYI. It doesn't matter. I wore one of these looks like, ooh, look at that. I wore one of these looks like 17 hours this week. It was just a really long day for me, and no creasing, no nothing. And yeah, very, very impressed. Now, I do heavily prime my lids, but I just do that anyway because I have oily lids. So what I do is I use the primer that I've been using that I really like is the Smashbox primer, eye primer. And then I always go over that primer with my MAC paint pot, and nothing creases on me. So look at that. There's almost like a little flip. You see that? Got a little duochrome action going on. Yes. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into Nile Crocodiles. And I'm also going in with my finger, just my pinky here. It's a little bit lighter, more of a lime green. And I'm going to just kind of pop it here in the middle. Just give it something, a little more of a shift. I don't know that it's doing too much, but yeah, it gave it some brightness. What do we think? It is a super green look. I haven't done a super green look in a while, but I am not mad at it. I'm going into the first one, Chief's Island, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit more. I'm happy with it. I am very happy with it. Okay, so there is my final look. I absolutely love how it came out. I do have two other looks, like I said, on my Instagram, and they're more of like the neutral colors or whatever. First glance, it looked like a neutral palette. So if you are an indie lover, that means you like shimmers, duochromes, colorful palettes, which is what we normally see for summertime. But at first glance, when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's a neutral palette. But I've been more drawn to neutral palettes lately. So for me, I was excited about it. But as you can see, look at the vibrancy in this green. I mean, it's definitely there. So I would say if you've never tried Nomad Cosmetics and you're dabbling into indie makeup, not really fully immersed yet, and you're more comfortable with the neutral tones, this will be a really good palette as a starter. The quality is really, really nice, and there's a lot of shades that you're comfortable with, but you start to get a little bit of those colors in the middle row there. So I think that that's really, really cool. Overall, I love the concept of Nomad Cosmetics. It's always exciting to see where their inspiration comes from next and where they're going. I love the attention to detail. You know, we always get the postcard. Where's that? You know, we always get the postcard with a little note from Auntie and Felicia. This one has like that velour feeling. So the detail is what I love too. And, you know, I just think it's always a really cool concept. So they did send this to me. So thank you, Nomad Cosmetics, for sending this to me. I love, love, love testing your palettes. I say this to them every time. I'm like, it's so good. It's so good. But their quality really is very good. So anyway, $42 releases Tuesday, May 30th at about midnight. I think that's East Coast time. And it is not limited edition. So if you don't buy it at launch, it'll still be there for quite some time. So I really love that too. And code Yadi10 will save you 10%. It is not affiliate, so I don't make any commission or any money, but yeah. So there you go, Nomad Cosmetics Okavango Safari Palette. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or, you know, tell me what you thought in the comments down below about the looks that I showed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!